views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. I am so thrilled to be connecting with all of you and a very special guest today, someone that is getting ready to launch her own show, her own energy, Janis Underwood. Today, we're going to be talking about the energy of your creator nature. And what I want to say about this is that you all have heard me talking about now, time and time and time again. You've heard me talking about the funny thing that is happening right now in the world. And that is people are using the words energy, energy, energy. And the question is, why? What is up all of a sudden with everybody talking about energy? Well, I think something happens when we're plugging in to what's going on in the world, and there's no other way to explain it. But today, Janis Underwood's going to take us on a journey and talk with us about what is the energy of your creator nature. What does it mean? How do we work with it? And more importantly, what should we know about the power of this? Now, Janis has been working with people worldwide and has been helping them understand how to unblock, how to clear, how to do so many things in the world to heal, to become better at what we do. If you're thinking about changes, then you want to talk to Janis. If you're thinking about how to create amazing things in your life, you want to talk to Janis. And you're going to find out a lot more about her today. Janis, it's great to have you here.
Thank you, Dr. Pat. And it's so good to talk to you. I always enjoy it.
So before we get going and talk more about you, I want to know your thoughts about what I just said about energy in the world. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that, because your life and your journey and stepping out is part of that, isn't it?
It really is. And it's so neat for me to overhear conversations in a cafe or on the metro, and people are using energy, right? They're saying, oh, I didn't really feel right about their energy. And I wonder, sometimes I want to ask them, and I should probably just ask them, like, oh, what do you mean their energy? What do you know about that? But yeah, it's really cool, because I think energy is now in the vocabulary of our collective conscious, right? We've been studying about energy and metaphysics for so long that it's like, oh, wow, we hear it all over the place. So I really love it. I think that it's a time that will allow for more and more people to explore what they're maybe unconsciously saying about the energy that they're, feeling with people or within themselves.
Well, for a minute, I think it's important for us to talk about you and your journey. And, I want to make sure that folks understand that you have, let's say, given birth to, or brought to the forefront, a system for healing, for vibrational acceleration. And you've done it in a way that talks to your own personal journey. And I think it's important to start at that. All of us have had to connect or reconnect or get connected with our spiritual path and our spiritual journey. And so the question is, did you have to do that too? Are you part of the club?
I'm part of the club, right? That's probably why I'm here talking to you. Yeah, and you know what I noticed early on? I was an odd kid. I really was. If I look back at myself, I was so in awe and so wrapped up in watching people and how they interacted. And so I had these big brown eyes that I inherited from my grandmother, and they would be so unsettling for people, right? Because I would just be in awe, and so my eyes would be even wider and I'd be staring at them, going, wow, what's going to happen next in that argument, or why is someone so upset about something falling, and why is someone so in love with that plant over there. And so I was just always questioning, and at least in my mind, I was very shy, so I didn't want to say it out loud. But I always felt like there was something more going on than what I was seeing. And I really wanted to know more about that. So I think just my childhood in general, if I look back, I had an amazing imagination. I'm a Pisces astrologically, so woohoo, Neptune, right? And yeah, I really felt things deeply. And that, I think, is the key to the journey that you and I are talking about right now, is the feeling part. Because I, like a lot of people, that I know, my clients or colleagues, I think I was very sensitive energetically,
Yeah.
and I learned how to turn that off because the world could be too much. So my journey was really about chronic pain to get me back in the body so that I could feel again. But, I went kicking and screaming. I didn't want to feel like that.
I know. I know. But
Yeah.
you're right about this, though. I mean, it is the pain sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
gets us to pay attention to a new level of being that's calling us forward. I mean, and this is part of what you do. You're creating a webinar that talks about the introduction to the life vibration blueprint. I love that we get to talk about this, and I love that it's now in the mainstream. But you're also someone that has been super generous about your time. As a matter of fact, today, Benny, we have 5 people that are going to receive a free 20-minute spiritual energetic session with Janis. It used to be, there was a day and time, Janis, where for us to be talking about spirit and God, on radio in a way that really referenced our own abundance, there was a time not too long ago where you couldn't do that. Now we see spiritual teachers, healers, people like you, people like me talking about it 24/7. Why do you think it was we didn't want to talk about it?
Mm. For me, quite honestly, I had a lot of fear around it. I was brought up and I was just thinking about this before we got on the phone. Um, I am Mexican American, which a lot of people don't know, because I have a lot of Anglo in me, and we were raised to speak, for example, English only. But I also have this very deep, rich Latina in me that has a different energy. And so for me, I was taught about logic and going to college and doing something that, made money and that could support me. And my grandmother would always say, mija, don't ever rely on a man, make sure that you can take care of yourself. And so I really took that, from my grandmother, who I admired so much. And I said, yeah, I'm going to do that. And so for me, I was very scared because even though I was presenting that way, I had a very sensitive soul, if you will, that was always, always studying spirituality and always wanted to talk to people about God and about, who we were. And isn't it great that we're, in this universe? But I couldn't because, I went on to be an engineer. How do you talk to people about spirituality in engineering? Nobody wants to hear that. So for me, it was fear. I didn't want people to judge me or think that I wasn't taking my job seriously.
Well, and part of this today is this idea of us not running away from ourselves. And that's why we're talking about this today. Your journey is a journey into the unknown, but there's part of that journey that is so relevant to today and about learning how to trust, isn't it? And that's what we're going to
It is.
also talk about in the work that you do as well as today on the show.
Yes, I agree. And it's so funny. I was reviewing some writing that I had brought in last year. And it's funny that you mentioned trust, because that was what caught my eye the most. Because in order for us to really run our energy and connect to the creative forces and really harness that force within us, and then also merge it with the creative force, you have to have a trust. You have to have a trust with yourself. And then your body and your mind need to be in communication. So they're trusting each other, right? So whatever you're getting intuitively in the body, your mind pays attention to, instead of says, nah, you're fine, we're going to go do this anyway. So there's trust at all levels within the life creator system that we talk about. We don't talk about it, that bluntly, but all of what we explore and all of what we learn to do is really about that trust and relationship.
Well, let's talk for a minute about what this means for us today, you and I, talking about the Life Creator System. And for those of you that are tuning in, you can go to JanisUnderwood.com, certainly, and take a look, but we're going to get into more detail about it. What is it about ourselves that we hold ourselves back from the creative energy of the universe? We hold ourselves back. It's as if we've got cement tied to our feet sometimes, energetically and also physically. And Janis, the work that you do is body, mind, spirit. When we come back, we're going to talk about what do we have to do to create absolutely exquisite navigation systems so that we can navigate spiritually through these initiations that we get in life. Let's take a short break, everyone. When we come back, we're going to give away a 20-minute session with Janis Underwood. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Take it back. Now I can take it back.
Integrate spirituality into your everyday lives on Universe Soul Heart Radio. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio as Kathleen Johnson explores the concept of sensible spirituality, keeping you grounded, connected, and centered on the path to wholeness. Kathleen has dedicated her life to facilitating holistic healing and wholeness in others. Listen to Universe Soul Heart Radio and learn how to flourish, grow, and impact all we do on planet Earth. For more information, go to universesoulheart.net.
Tune in to the hit show Raging Skillet Radio, Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind.
Holistic Medical Center is where you find it all. A healthy space with doctors who care, see, and listen to the whole you. Hi, this is Dr. Darvish. If you have not found an answer to your chronic symptoms, you will find answers here at Holistic Medical Center. Our doctors find the root cause of your symptoms and guide your body towards healing naturally. We transform lives from within. Visit drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404.
Are you traveling most of your day? Do you want to take Transformation Talk Radio with you anywhere you go? Well, guess what? There's an app for that. Just go to the App Store on your Apple device or the Google Play Store on your Android and search Transformation Talk Radio. Catch all of our live shows no matter where you are. Thanks for listening.
Tune into the wisdom of your soul for guidance on living a joyful life. On Soul Wisdom Radio, Wendy will provide inspiration to raise your vibration and connect with your higher self and guides. Learn how to balance your ego and to progress spiritually on Soul Wisdom Radio with Wendy Rose Williams. Visit wendyrosewilliams.com or Transformation Talk Radio to learn more about a healing session with Wendy and her events and publications.
The Janis Underwood Show. helping you create the life you want, not the life you tolerate. Tune in each Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as Janis delves into the Life Creator System and the next step in your spiritual evolution. Janis Underwood is gifted at helping spiritually minded people shift their mindsets to unleash the Creator within. Our souls wish to wake us up. Those of us listening hear the call. Do you? For more information, visit JanisUnderwood.com.
You were right by my side. Now I know I was wrong. You drive me mad, but I drown in your love forever.
Hey everybody, welcome back. It's so great to have all of you tune us in and turn us on. I am so thrilled to be introducing all of you to Janis Underwood. And for, a little bit, you're going to be hearing from Janis Underwood directly with her fabulous hit radio show, spiritual coach, energetic intuitive, specializes in spiritual energetics and much more. But what's interesting is I've gotten to take this journey with her along the pathway of taking her life's work and capturing it in what we're calling today, the Life Creator System, which you're going to hear a lot more about. Today's show is about giving as well as receiving. So I want to make sure all of you know that this too is a live call-in show. You'll be able to work with Janis directly on air, but we'd love to give a 20-minute session, like to start giving these away. 1-800-930-2819. 1-800-930-2819. Janis, tell people what the sessions are, and thank you so much for this special offering.
Oh, my pleasure. It's this work has, as you know, a life of its own, and so I'm in service to it. And it tells me to, contact and be with and help as many people as I can. And I love it, actually. So the sessions that I'm doing, let's call them psychic surgery concentrated. I've done a few of these and they are beautiful. They are basically the process that I do, but in such a short amount of time with very nice, deep, energetic integration. And it's just been amazing, to witness what comes through intuitively for people and how they're moving through, whether it's mental blocks or some physical pain, just really getting to the other side of that. And so I'm so happy to have people benefit from this.
I was thinking about you this weekend. I don't know if you felt me. But you and I have been taking this journey together, and so I've become more familiar with this new this new way of talking about your work than most people. And I was acutely aware of a few things this weekend, and this is what I want to talk about next. How do we navigate through these spiritual initiations? So here I am, Janis. Right, you're going to love this. Okay. Here I am. I'm in this ping pong tournament, better known as table tennis.
Nice.
And I'm playing with my buddy Chris. Now, the odds of us being teamed up were like a gazillion to one because we didn't pick our partners. So I get a guy that I play with a lot, and our styles support each other. I topspin the ball a lot, and he's got this anti-spin. So we're like the positive and negative neutrons of table tennis, right? And here we are, we're playing. I got to tell you, I got jitters. And I haven't got jitters since 1974 when I walked away from competitive table tennis.
Wow.
So we're playing and I got the jitters. And so we squeak through the first set. But long story short, we're playing our last game and we're beating the unbeatable team by 2-0. And then we got taken over by the Menehune. I don't know what happened. And we should have won that game easily, and we didn't. And all I could remember and think about was, some of the work that I'm doing with you and learning about your work. And what I didn't have at my fingertips in that moment of overanalyzing not paying attention, making the same mistakes over and over again. All I kept thinking about is we are going to talk about spiritual initiations today with Janis. And what I was really thinking about, and I'd love for you to talk about it, sometimes spiritual initiations don't have to be the death of a loved one. They don't have to be a car accident. They don't have to be a loss of a job. You know what? I think they can also be the loss of a table tennis match that you should have never lost, Janis. So there you have it.
Yes, I agree. I agree. It's nice to read about things that feel energetically spiritual, right? Like before this show, the memories and my subconscious and the energies of those that I helped in the last few years transition came through. I mean, I really felt that again very strongly. And I thought, yeah, those were some big moments. But I'll tell you, some of the bigger moments for me, and not that those weren't big. I mean, I learned a lot about myself and spirituality and the creator system and all that stuff. But I'll tell you, when we went to New York, my husband and I went to New York last year, one of the biggest initiations for me was being in a subway car that was packed with people. I mean, that's huge for me because you're talking about a person who's, back in their body and really, in the energy and can feel things. And now I'm squished in a subway with these strangers and I don't know what kind of germs they have or anything, right? I don't know these people. And it was in that moment that those bigger initiations come through because then I'm like, okay, still be present, aware, my breath, that's when I think some of the spiritual work really counts. So it doesn't have to be the big one. So the table tennis, that game is a perfect example of it because I'm sure in those moments you were probably watching yourself and also going, okay, what do I need to connect to, or what can I do? What's going on, and then wondering where the energy is going and what to do with the energy. Yeah, there's a lot going on. And I think those are the spiritual moments that are just as important for us.
Well, what I was so acutely aware of, and that's what we're talking about now, is how mental I got and how I focused on the fact that my partner, Chris, was using a serve I've never seen him use before. And I became totally obsessed about it, that I couldn't return it. And I couldn't hit it the way I wanted. I really did. But in the moment, if I would have taken a breath and stepped away, looking back now, in hindsight, because, if you win 2 games, then and you don't win the match, that means you lost the next 3. And that's what we did. Wow. And yeah, exactly. And there were moments where I could have taken that breath and I could have, looked at it from a complete vibrational blueprint perspective. But something happens to us, and these initiations, what is the end game of them? Where do they take us?
They take us to, and I actually drew this as you were speaking, I really resonate with the geometric form of the pyramid or triangles. And where it takes us to is the triangle kind of coming together and the energy of the triangle. So you have these 3 points, but it's the energy, the cumulative effect of the 3 points coming together. And that really is the body, the mind, and the energy. And when all of those land on the same plane, if you will, that's when all of the initiations that we've done, all of the spiritual work, all of the meditation hours, all of the, deep breathing and yoga, all of that stuff can come together and be with us and present with us so that we have access to it. And of course, the way that we do that is primarily through the mind and the body because, well, our minds get trained. So, when you were talking, it's exactly what happened to me on the subway, right? It wasn't that I got in my body first for a moment. It's like go to the story of, oh my gosh, you heard me, right? I don't know if they have germs. Am I going to get sick?
Right.
I mean, that's the mental mind going, I'm in 100 miles per hour. And then I'm like, wait a second. My body feels fine. Wait. Let's go into the body. Hey, we're fine. Let's take a breath. Oh, now I notice I have plenty of room. Oh, and let's bless these people. This is what I do for a living. Let's bless them. Let's bless this journey we're on together. I don't know which one of these people is a soulmate of mine that when we connect, eye to eye, we exchange energy and information. That's the stuff that we want to bring into the daily life. And so to me, if I remember the triangle, we can set up all sorts of different anchors for our mental minds not to go off in these thought loops, as I call them. So for me, it's a triangle. If I can remember that, then I can get back centered and shift very quickly. And so this is different for everyone, by the way. I've brought in geometric patterns for some of my clients where I'll, jot them down as best I can because I'm not an artist. But if they'll focus on those, that will also help imprint in the mental mind, especially the new vibration they want to hold.
Yeah, I love something you just said because I think it is one of the more powerful items that we completely blow by. If I'd have taken a moment to bless Billy and Sunday, if I'd have taken a moment to bless my partner, Chris, just a moment, we get to step away for a moment. If I would have done that, then I would have intuitively known what to do. And, part of this journey and part of what we're talking about today is to be able to unlock our potentiality. We're going to take a short break, and I know we've got at least one caller waiting to get some assistance from you directly here, but 1-800-930-2819. We're taking your calls, but more importantly, we have a special gift for each of you. Janis is offering a 20-minute session. Now, before we go to break, I know you've got a couple of events coming up here. Tell us a little bit about what they are.
Yeah, the primary one is the Life Vibration Blueprint Intro, and that one is to start people on the path of creating a life vibration blueprint, which is basically just your relationship energetically to some of the more important relationships in your life. And so if you're stuck in any way with work or with personal relationships, it's a great way to get unstuck very quickly.
I love it. And, unstuck, yeah, there may be things that you're stuck in, maybe things that you just don't think you're stuck in, but you're not going anywhere, or you're experiencing discomfort.
Yes.
We're going to take any dis. If you got any dis going on in your life, like dis or dat, if you got the dis going on, time to get a little adjustment. We're going to take a short break, everyone. Phones open, 1-800-930-2819. When we come back, we will go right to the phones. I know Mr. Benny is doing his amazing job as he does so well. We'll go right to the phone. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with the show.
Live your magnificence, for the love of joy is a precious gift offered to us by Robert Schoenfeld, host of the Art of Powerful Living Radio. He takes us on an incredible 30-day adventure to expand our minds and hearts with the nectar of life, love, and joy. This book will help you bring more joy, love, health, abundance, adventure, romance, and magnificence into your life.
Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Calling all moms, it's time to awaken your vibrant, intuitive, loving self in every area of your life. Join host Debbie Pokornik as she shares thoughts, stories, and tools to help you stand in your power. Listen to Vibrant, Powerful Moms helping everyday women create extraordinary lives. Mondays at 2:30 Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. For more information about Debbie, visit empoweringenergy.com. That's empowering with letters NRG.com.
In this day and age, if you don't reinvent yourself, you may never find balance, peace, and the sustainable life that is your birthright. Angela Watson Robertson, known as the Reinvention Warrior and the host of breakthrough radio show Masters of Reinvention, is here to help you reinvent every area of your life. Tune in and hear from the best in the personal transformation business and discover tips and tools for positive change. Live every month on Transformation Talk Radio.
Are you searching? Looking for a sign? A message you need to hear? From the great unknown? From the most mysterious place that is the most familiar to your soul in the depths of who you are. The universe put someone here to talk to, someone God gave a blessing to, that you may find insight with. TheAngelLady.net, 1-800-323-1790.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Janis Underwood is in the house. Janis, again, what's the best way for people to find out more about you? Also, what's the best way for people to work with you?
Yes, so the webinar link right now is at realliferealchanges.com. There's a nice, pretty blue link at the front page for the webinar. It's free. I'd love to have a lot of people come on this webinar, because what my guides have been telling me is that us coming together and honoring these blueprints is actually going to send a wave of healing and honoring for everybody's relationships in the world right now, for healing to happen. So the more the merrier.
I love it. And for those of you out there, as I said before, we're taking your calls. We're also giving away a special gift from Janis, a 20-minute session. Before we jump back to chat, Mr. Benny, I know we've got somebody waiting to talk with us, so we're ready to go.
Great. We'll take Margot from Bellevue. Hello, Margot.
Hey, Margot.
Hi.
Hi, Margot.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm enjoying this call.
Wonderful.
I would just like a general reading.
All right. So tell me what's on your mind. Just a sentence or two.
Yeah.
Relationship.
Yeah, I was picking it up too.
Yes. Good. And give me a sentence about the relationship. You don't have to go into detail, just a sentence.
I would like to improve some relationships.
You'd like to improve some relationships? Is that what you said?
Yeah, with family.
Oh, family. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, so take a deep breath with me for a moment, just breathing in and out. And then as you do that, go into what you might know of as your center. It's different for everyone. And tell me when you have that.
Have it.
All right. Now there's this word improve. So I want you to just say in your mind just a couple times improve. And notice the vibration that goes through your body or through that center space when you say that within your mind.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah. So the word improve.
Yeah.
Just go ahead in your mind. So you'll do this silently. Improve. Improve. And as you're noticing the center space within you, notice what that does, that word improve.
It expands.
Yes. All right. So let's go with it. So improve and allow it to expand. And when it expands, you'll know when it has reached the maximum expansion point. So are you there yet?
I think so.
Okay. All right. Now, can you feel the energy of that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to come in with you. And what we're going to do is we're going to just set the intention of improve and, so finish that, improve and, whatever comes to mind, improve and, but stay in the energy with me. Don't think about it. Come back in your body with me. Okay. So go down to that center space. We're in the energy of improve. And we have all those lovely people in relationship with you. And from that place, it's improve and what?
I'm getting put in more effort.
Yeah. All right. So let's do it differently. Improve and I am here. Okay, so try that. Improve and I am here.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Now tell me about that energy in the body. Do you like that one?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Solid.
Now, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, you feel different. Okay. So now let's just let go of improve, because that was our gateway, if you will. It was our bridge to I am here. And so what I want you to do is I want you to be in these relationships at a different level. So we're calling in more of your essence into these relationships. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what I want you to do is repeat in your mind 3 times, I am here. Back in this energy, though, so don't go into head energy. And then I'm going to call forth the essence of you. So we want more of the essence of your vibration, your spiritual self to come into these relationships as you declare you are here. Give me a few more moments. All right, now say aloud with me through those vocal cords of yours, I am here.
I am here.
I am here.
I am here.
And then notice those relationships. Your mind should be able to give you some information. It can give it to you in color, maybe visuals, memories, whatever. And just notice what new information you have about these relationships when you're here. And you don't have to share those with us. You can just absorb what's going on right now.
Okay.
Because this is your information that you need within body and mind and energy to improve these relationships. All right, so any other question?
How are you feeling?
Do this like a couple of times today?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give your homework in a moment. So
All right.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull from your energy now. Okay? So if you're good with this setting, I'm asking the body and the mind and your energy field to absorb and understand the information that has been presented to you from your higher self, from your essence, and to move it through all the cells, all the muscles, all of those thought systems in you, and all of your energetics. All right? Are you willing and ready to receive that? Are you okay with it?
Yes, I am.
All right. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to set it, and then I'm going to pull from your energy. And then take 2 deep breaths for me, just in whatever comfortable way you wish. Just breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and out again. All right. And your homework is this. Is anytime you find yourself thinking about these relationships, I want you to say the words, I am here. For your body, your mind, and your energy field know what to do at that point in time. All right, so we're going to give it to that system of you, your creator system, your natural creative self, and it's going to give you the intuition and the next actions, through that intuition or those feelings, or even when you're, sitting across from a person or on the phone with them. Are you okay with that? Do you trust that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So that's what you're going to do. Anytime you think about one of those people or improving relationships, your mantra is, I am here.
Wonderful. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take a short break, everyone. When we come back, we're going to be talking about, first of all, what just happened and how that is all about unlocking energy potential. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what that means for us to then be able to identify our life vibration blueprint. How do we see our life energetically? That and much more from Janis Underwood joining me here today. We're going to take a short break, everyone. For those of you out there, we still have a few of these 20-minute sessions to give away. 1-800-930-2819. All you need to do is give Benny some information. 1-800-930-2819. Let's take a short break, everybody. We'll be right back.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead.
Tune in each month to Synergenetic Living Radio, where Rick and Grace Paris discuss the synergenetic way of life, what it means to truly change your perspective in life, what it means to take control of your life and manifest your true desires. For more information on Rick and Grace Paris and Synergenetic Living, check out synergeneticliving.com. Get clear on the life you desire and the current life you are creating and what is between the two. Synergenetic Living, living life loud.
Gain powerful insight and practical tools to support you on your spiritual journey. Access your higher self and tune in every second and fourth Thursday at 12 p.m. Pacific to A Life Untethered with Andrew Martin and now co-host Jeremy Nudell. Walking the Path of Freedom. Andrew is a highly attuned, intuitive oracle, energy worker, spiritual teacher, and international radio host. For more about Andrew and his services, visit andrewmartin.energy.
Winning at the game of money. Lynn Brown is now offering Full Spectrum Finance, a progressive 12-month program that will help you to navigate through the mechanics of financial expansion. Finally, a financial planner who looks at the full spectrum of money and abundance. Engage you in the mental, physical, and energetic aspects of finance. This is Full Spectrum Finance. Are you ready to get into it? For more information, go to fullspectrumfinance.com.
Stay juicy. Tune in to Your Juicy Love with me, Una Drake, co-hosting monthly with Dr. Pat, and every second Monday at 12 p.m. on Transformation Talk Radio. My show, Your Juicy Love, helps you find the dynamic, life-affirming love you've always wanted. Transform your relationships and bring peace, joy, and juicy, juicy love to planet Earth. For more information, visit unadrake.com.
Isn't it time to put your health first? To give yourself the gift of whole body wellness? What if embracing unconditional love and self-care was the first step to wellness? Could you honor that for yourself? My name is Audrey Michelle, host of Rewired Life Radio and the author of Rewired Life, A Journey to Untangle Chronic Pain and Endometriosis. In my book, I share how I healed from 17 years of chronic pain and disease. Get your signed copy at audreymichelle.com/book, spelled MICHEL.com/book.
Choose the new earth on the Cornelia Stephanie Show. Tune in each week on Transformation Talk Radio as Cornelia takes listeners on an odyssey of higher consciousness to inspire, educate, and empower. Cornelia guides people on the path of self-healing, peace, and liberation. The Cornelia Stephanie Show is your catalyst for anchoring heaven on earth on a global scale. For more information, go to corneliastephanie.com.
For me, 'cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what.
Hey everybody, awesome, welcome back. We're talking about a lot of things, but we're definitely talking about the work that Janis Underwood does and the gift she brings and talent she brings to the world. Today you're hearing a little bit about what she has created in the Life Creator system, but more importantly, how it affects us in our energy. What does it mean to look at the geometry, so to speak, or the life vibration blueprint, and then how do we see our life energetically? And Janis, what's interesting about that is we just got to experience that on air.
Yes, I didn't know we were doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, it is really, it was a demonstration, a little bit of the work that you do, but part of the work that you do is really look at somebody's life vibration blueprint. Tell us what that is, because that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that was born out of the spending time with the dying. And what I was noticing with them, between them and me, and them and their transition, was the unseen energy that we take for granted. And then not only the energy between the thoughts we have maybe about the next chapter of our life, it doesn't have to be about death, but also the energetic ties that we have between one another. And then as I started really meditating on that and asking about that in client sessions, what I was understanding was, oh, well, part of the issue with this person and their significant other is the energy between them. And so we would do these visualizations where I would ask them, hey, if you were to imagine the energy, if you could see it, just imagine it, what color would it be? We just started with color initially, and then we could go on with depth, and then we could go on. Some of them had geometric shapes, between them and people. And so we started exploring this, and the wisdom that would come through in just understanding that frequency would shift a lot of things in the client and also in the relationships, so much so that most of the people on the table, when we did that huge shift, the other person they were in relationship with would start calling them. That happened so many times. They're like, why is this person calling me now? I'm like, because we shifted the energy between you two. And they would see such different results just by doing that. So I started incorporating it more and more. And I even taught it to spiritual entrepreneurs because, anytime we have a business, we're in relationship with it. We're in relationship with our clients. And then we're in relationship with our website, And so just taking the time to really honor those relationships energetically helps clean up a lot of stuff that, would take us years to do linear, with a linear mind.
Well, we're not linear people, although sometimes we think we are. I mean, if you talk to Linda on any good day, you will find that she's one of the most logical people you'll find. But then there's another side to her. And, the other side to her is this beautiful integration. Don't you think we're a little bit of each, but maybe we kind of sway towards one or the other?
I agree. I think we are. And, when we study spirituality, isn't it what we hear over and over again is balance? It's not, this or this, it's the balance between the two, that when you need to be creative, you're creative. And when you need to be logical and implement it, you can do that as well. And if you're balanced, if you have access, in other words, to both, and you know what timing to apply it to, that's what gives us the most traction when we're trying to create something.
Yeah, I mean, what I really love and have learned for myself is I've never been really good at balance. It's been really difficult for me. I do really well when things are sort of in this, as I forget where you talk about it, but I was working with your idea, this life creator system, this weekend, and I was really struck by a couple of things. One is that there has to be a harmony, an integration and energy, even if it's slanted one way or the other. There's this idea of resistance. And I can't remember when you were talking about it, whether you were talking about the life vibration blueprint versus the divine vibration blueprint, right?
Right.
And those are interesting ideas. Something happens once we literally look towards a spiritual solution.
Right. It's about fluidity. I saw that word come up in some of the notes I had, and it makes a lot of sense. It's really the energy being fluid. And that's what we want, because when we offer resistance, just like, back to my first career, resistance in a circuit means current's not running, right? And the more resistor, the bigger the resistor, the less current you have flowing through that leg of the circuit. And it's the same thing with people. The more resistance we bring, and for a lot of us who grew up more logical or tried to be more logical rather than creative, that's actually one of our biggest blocks, is all the thought processes that we bring. It's just a big resistor. And then we can't get into the creative flow. And then our emotional body comes in because now we're upset. And now the old, thought loops of, oh, I'm not good enough. Well, now we're going up to identity level. And before you know it, you've lost your spiritual traction. You're like, I don't know where I am anymore. I just want to, curl up on the couch and just be done with it,
Yeah, that was me. But in the scheme of things, and certainly in the work that you do, and in the sessions you're giving, you're gifting to our listeners today. And by the way, I think we have one or two more left. 1-800-930-2819. We'd love to really present to you, give to you a 20-minute session with Janis. Part of this is to really take us to the place where we look at the energetic nature of the world, but there's something you call this relationship map. Yes. And I want to talk with you a little bit about that. Now, I know you're going to talk lots more, but we are in relationship with everything and everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And we say that, and I think that we understand it somewhat mentally, but to really experience it in the body, and you'll notice in the session that we did, I can feel when people start moving into the mental body, which is why I actually ask people to give me what the mental mind is giving them, because that's important. That would be the block or the gateway, if you will, to the energy that we need. So a lot of people, when I first started doing my work, they would look at me and they're like, I thought you were an energy healer. Why are you asking me these questions? I'm like, well, your mental body gives you energy too. Those thoughts of yours are energy. And so I learned, that we really need to incorporate all of that. And just as I said before, they can offer the most resistance. And so if we can honor all parts of us, because we're in relationship with our mind, we're in relationship with our body, we're in relationship with the table, we're in relationship with each other. If we can really start looking at that, you'll notice the energy more and more and more, and you can fix the energy quicker. So how this works practically is you're in an argument. You can feel when the energy shifts and when you need to walk away if you're present with it, right?
Oh boy.
But if you
That's why I don't watch the news anymore.
Yes. But if you let one part of your system take over, you are not going to be in that energy with that person, and something's going to go awry. And this happens with everything around us.
Yeah.
So while it's very basic, it's hard to do practically.
It is. When you're in trouble, Janis, when people make Penny, what is the character that's in that It movie? What is it? Penny something? The clown, the It clown? Yes. So where am I going with this? You're in trouble when a 10-year-old says, you know what, you're kind of like, and she's got a name, the clown, and it's got a name like Penny somebody. When a 12-year-old turns around to you and says, hey, Auntie Patty, you're a little bit like Penny, what's her face from the movie It. And you're like, oh my God, okay, where's Janis? Where is my adjustment? And, it's not even anything you say. I mean, we could exude the clown from It. But isn't this the work that you do? It's like today on the call, you knew that there was a question that needed to be explored. I'm just so loving what you're doing and how we're bringing to life the Life Creator System. It's kind of exciting. Janis, thank you so much for today. Now, I know you're going to be doing your own show. Lots to come. I want folks to take a sneak peek at janisunderwood.com. Check it out. You're going to see a lot of information. We're almost like, ready to have the fireworks go off there. But people can take a look. Question, what's your personal message? And please tell us about the webinar.
Yay. Yes.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. Well, the webinar, okay, I just want to talk about the webinar because the webinar is awesome. So it's basically, we're going to do an intro. We're going to, I'm going to connect people similarly to what we did on this call, but in more depth, obviously, because we're short on time here. But really pull in some of their essence so that they can have that available to them. We'll be doing some meditative work in doing that. We'll also be picking 1 or 2 of their relationships to start building a life vibration blueprint. And then I'm also on top of that offering them some support. So for 7 days after the webinar, I'll send an email every day to the participants so that they can just continue the work with it. Because the more that we work with our life vibration blueprint, the more that we can get the vantage point from the creative forces, from the creator within us. That's what we really want. We want to be able to see our little universes down here and how they're playing in this world. So it's going to be really fun. I think it'll be really great for people, especially going into the holidays. As we're going into family relationships situations. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's no question. We absolutely need to get a little help. Thank you, Janis. Thank you so very, very, very much.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.